What's happening, y'all? We at the auction. It's set to begin in about, and I need to figure out what the order is real quick. I don't know if I think it starts over here actually. Yeah, I think it goes around and it goes to the middle car. So let's go in order actually.
You know where it starts? It starts at that white band on at the very end.
Oh, it starts down there.
See where,
You got everything listed all perfectly.
yeah. So that white van down there with the hood up, that's the very first one. Oh yeah,
Okay.
because the auctioneer's already there.
Oh yeah.
So
Okay.
you
So
see
then
the
it comes
truck
this
where
way.
they're gonna come this way.
Oh, and then it goes,
Yep,
and then a
then
big circle.
it'll come, but they're gonna. So yep, they'll come along here, and then yeah, and I haven't even finished that section. And they'll come around because I've been zigzagging through all these
Yeah.
cars. But yeah, it'll start right where that white pickup camper thing is.
Okay. Awesome. I like to go in order just so I can kind of get a grasp of everything.
Yeah, so you can kind of see it
Yeah.
as it comes.
If you start at the last card and then they start there, I ain't even looked at these ones yet.
I know. Yeah, no, you gotta check that out.
Thank you. All right, so she just gave us the info on the direction that the cars are going. So it's down there where it starts, and then it goes this way, all the way through there, and I guess in a circle, and then like these middle vehicles will be last. So with that, we are going to. I guess we can look at these on the way going to there, and then dang, how you want to do that though? 'Cause then we got those. Let's just actually go. We'll skim over these, and then subsequently we'll go and um, just go back from there. So we're gonna have to somewhat be retroactive. Let's see. I need to. Hold on real quick. I'll just wait till. I was trying to share the link, but I don't want to go out of the stream. So what I'm gonna do is actually wait until I get a message and I can share it without closing out the stream. Because I don't want to close it out on y'all. And sometimes when you close it out and come back, it glitches. And I don't want to go through that either. We are going to put our gloves on real quick. So give me 1 second, team. I'll put my gloves on. I got the finger out gloves. So I'm wearing these right here. I'm going to put these on real fast. Not necessarily needed. It's not that cold out right now, team. For the last auction, what was it? It was last week. We were at the Minneapolis impound lot auction. We were at the impound lot auction last week, and then we didn't end up getting anything there. But I want to see if. All right. Hopefully I didn't mess anything up, y'all. All right. We are starting over here, and actually, oh, well, that van right there is actually in the auction. That A plus top Lezino. What is that? What is that company? I want to look in it real quick. Why not? We'll glance real quick, but we're not gonna buy this or anything. But we can just check. We can look at it real quick. Got some stuff in here. Got some stuff. So there's that. And we got a Saturn Vue. You know, or Vue. Vue. Is it Vue or Vue? It's not Vue. Because it's not spelled that way. It's spelled V-U-E. Y'all gotta help me out with the pronunciation of this. I do not mess with these vehicles. They are very, very terribly made. So there's no way in hell we're gonna bid on that. But we are going to start looking at these vehicles, and we got about, let's see where we at on time. So it starts in about 22 minutes from now. That's when it actually starts, and it'll start with these cars down here. You see, that's the auction vehicle right there where the actual auctioneers are in. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna skim through these, but we're gonna be intentional on the ones that we're actually looking at. So, you know, like a vehicle like this isn't even in contention. So we don't got a lot of time to just look through every vehicle in detail. we're gonna look at the ones we're actually gonna be interested in purchasing today. So let's see what we got. This is in rough shape. What is this? Is this a Taurus? This might be a, what's the other one besides the Taurus? It's not the Is it the Fusion? I think it's a Fusion. Let's see. Oh yeah, we know our cars team. This is a Fusion S. We're not considering that. We got a E350 Formatic. And we'll look at the E350, although we wouldn't buy this one. We're not interested in buying a Mercedes from a police impound snow emergency auction, but as you can see, it's here and someone will buy it, and we'll more than likely see who that person is because it's so early off in the auction. We do have a Ford right here. I don't know what this is. Maybe an Escape or something like that. It's hard to tell. Yeah, the Ford Escape. I'm assuming, yes. And I believe this is a newer Escape. This might even be like a 2019. We're going to stay away from that. I believe it has a bad engine too. The lady that we were talking to earlier, I was able to get a visual out of the sheet and it said bad engine on it when it referenced the Ford Escape. So we'll see how much somebody pays for that Ford Escape with a bad engine, that they will not have any idea that it is a bad engine within it. Presumably these people right here. So that'll be interesting to see. It's not up to me to try to change. Like, you know, I can't change nature, right? Like, and that's my thing. Some things are just meant to be the way that they are, and it's not up to me to intervene with the natural process of things. Somebody over here, though, had some type of a pregnancy, possibly scare. Let's see if they got enough money to afford the kid. What do we got? Well, what's he saying? They got zero in their bank account. I need the soundboard for that. I'm at the we got a Chevy Cruze. These are terrible vehicles. Under no circumstance do we buy a Chevy Cruze, team. Under absolutely no circumstance. And yeah, RIP to whoever lost their life. That was associated with that Chevy Cruze. This looks like a Volkswagen 2.5. So we got the Volkswagen here, and nothing much to see here. We got a Lexus here. Now the Lexuses are very strange vehicles at the auction because they cost a lot from a perspective of getting the key made. All right, I do like the mirror tints. I actually want to get mirror tints, like these type of tints right here. I actually want to get those. So, you know, that's something on the, and this is just in terrible shape. It doesn't smell good in here. It's very junky and nasty. But yeah, so the Lexuses, they actually, you know, like a key for this Lexus could cost you north of $325, possibly more, because they have to do a big process. They got to rip out the whole like dash glove box type situation that gets everything in there. And so the keys cost more than an average vehicle in here. Whereas the average vehicle in here will cost you somewhere around, you know, $120 for a key, and you'll pay a lot more for a Lexus. Like this vehicle, for instance, would probably cost you somewhere around $125 for the key being made by the locksmith that is on site. This vehicle right here does have some subwoofers in the back, and so there's that. And if you look under here, we seen the bulge, so we understood that there was a amplifier back here that we're looking at right there. We were able to identify that. He put it under the floor mat on the bottom seat. In a vehicle like this, there isn't very much cargo space, or cabin space, I should say, so he had to improvise and he put it on the floor mat and then covered it up. And it actually has a stick shift in it, so who still knows how to drive stick? Or who learned at all? All right, so we looked at the first set of vehicles right there, so we're going to continue to make our way through and get to the other side. And I believe there's roughly 160 vehicles here. Give or take a few that may have got pulled just before the auction began. We got a lot of rust on this Ford right here. We got a prior salvage vehicle right here that is a Chevy Impala. So we got this, and it's got the leather in it and all that. So there's that part of it. However, you know, something that, you know, and I actually, like me personally, I don't dislike Chevy Impalas. I don't dislike them. I'm probably more along the lines of, if I had to choose between the Impala and the Malibu, which are roughly the same vehicles, just maybe one's bigger than the other in the Impala, I think you would classify the Malibu as a mid-size, and you would call the Impala a full size. Which is this? This might be a Malibu. Maybe. Yeah. So you see the Malibu right here, and you can probably see the difference with the comparison that is one after another. You can see there's less space in here. This one does not have the leather seats in it and all that stuff. And so, let's see. Yeah, it's disgusting in here. A lot of these vehicles are extremely disgusting. They're in bad shape. However, there's always a steal at every single auction. And it may not seem like that, but sometimes you gotta find a diamond in the rough. We got a fully tinted out, including a windshield, Bonneville. So we got the Bonneville right here. Oh, well, I take that back. For some reason, he didn't tint the back windshield. So, I'm not sure what's going on with that. We got a replaced door handle right there that he didn't choose to match up. And it's in very rough shape. If y'all want to see what it looks like to look out of a tinted window or a tinted windshield, that's what it looks like right there.
Phone unavailable.
What? Well, this probably actually runs. But I mean, in Bonneville though, like, let's see. We got an Infinity right here. G35, did it say? Got an aftermarket deck in here. Pioneer joint with the auxiliary output. Cool. Got a Ford truck over here.
It's a girl, bro. It's a girl driving it. You know she don't change her oil. That shit's dark as hell, bro.
Yeah, it looks bad. So we got a CRV, and I didn't say it. He said it. It was driven by a woman, and you know, she didn't change the oil. That's what he said. I didn't say it. I just repeated. Listen, I repeated what he said like a Cherokee. Ladies, this is the sentiment of the men. They're saying that y'all ain't changing your oil. Like, so, like who's gonna contest that and say, nah, like the majority of the ladies are changing their oil. They're keeping up with the car maintenance. Now, this vehicle did end up in the snow emergency auction. So, you know, from that standpoint, definitely not keeping track of your vehicle. All right, let's see what else we got. Got some beat up seat covers in here. Got oil on the floor. And is this a Sonic? I forgot what these are called. It is a Sonic. Chevy Sonic. Terrible vehicles. The absolute no on that one. We haven't seen anything that we want to buy yet, team. We haven't seen anything that we want to buy yet, but we're not giving up. We're 47 vehicles in with no true prospects. This is crazy, team. We came in with high hopes, but we're not giving up. The one thing about it, though, as we go deeper and deeper into the selection of vehicles and we do find something we like, we'll have to wait through a plethora of vehicles to get to the one that we want. Now, this vehicle right here has the key. And so with these Buicks, when the battery dies, you can't put the key into the complete off position. So why you see the key in this vehicle is because there's no power. So you can't get it out. You see that? I know some stuff about vehicles. I got a little bit of knowledge. So yeah, that's why the vehicle's in here. However, if you want to see if this vehicle runs, and what we could do is I could actually go and get my jump box, attach it to the battery, and attempt to start the vehicle, and we would actually know if it runs or not. Do y'all want to do that, team? We could do that. What time do we got? We got 10 minutes till the auction starts. I could go get my jump box, and we can actually see if this vehicle runs in real time, and we'll be the only ones to know, unless there's someone around that actually hears me make that concession. So I'm thinking about doing that right now, but we're gonna look through a couple more vehicles before we get to that. We got Range Rover over here. I got the small jump box. It's probably like the size of a mid-sized tablet, but thicker than that. And you can just hook it up to the battery and jump start. It's not like a big jump box or anything like that. It's very easily portable and easily concealable. Is that what they did with the Range Rover? They put the key right here? That's for the ignition? Why don't these come with a push to start? What year is this? Let me see what year this Range Rover is.
We got a conversation today about Range Rovers.
Yeah.
And we were looking at how much does the engine cost. We just need to buy a rebuilt one for Range Rover.
I bet it's a lot.
Anywhere from $2,500 to $5,000. That's it.
That's it?
And maybe a little more if it's special shit on there, but yeah.
But I was looking at an engine for a 5.7 Hemi for a Charger.
Well, Hemis though.
But they were only like 900 though. For
Really?
like ones with like 90,000. Like from the junkyard, from car parts?
Oh, for our used one.
Yeah, used. Yeah, not
You
new.
don't want to use
Yeah,
one,
not
you want
new.
a rebuilt.
Oh, you saying rebuilt is better?
Yeah. Hey Siri, how much is a rebuilt engine for a Range Rover?
What year is
Here's
this?
what I found.
Hey Siri, can you tell me how much rebuilt engine would cost for a Range Rover?
Siri got all the answers.
Here's an answer from replacementengines.co.uk and damageedcars.com.
So 5,000 on the high end?
Yeah.
Oh, and that's rebuilt. So
That's
basically
rebuilt.
it's brand new.
Basically, it's brand new. Yeah,
I got
so
you.
You're gonna get probably 400,000 to 500,000 miles for sure. But I mean,
Then you just got to
these
worry.
days you get like almost 1 million miles off an engine. this fucking place right by my house this place got a 1 million mile warranty for every car you buy there.
Jesus, a million mile warranty is
1 million mile
crazy.
warranty, yeah.
How many cars have made it to 1 million miles though? The car's gonna fall apart by then, especially the older cars with all the rust that they accumulate.
Unless you got a garage and shit, you know, and you do your oil changes right and you don't beat on it.
That's true. You'll
know,
probably
but I
replace
mean-
everything on the car by that time.
But
This was actually towed off the street. It's got the chalk on there because they left it.
So you don't know for sure what, you know, they didn't get no intel from the person probably. They
Yeah.
probably don't have the keys for this one for sure.
Yeah, 100%. I wonder how much the keys cost on that.
Well, I had a van. What was it? It was the nice van. Country something. What's it called?
Town and Country?
Town and Country.
TNC.
Yeah, my keys were $250 a piece.
250 on the Town and Country at the auction or just like
No, I
outside
had
of
to
that?
go to the fucking dealership because it had a fucking, a chip in it or something.
I got you.
Or
See-
no, it's not even a fucking thing. It's just a plastic piece. You know what I mean? You stick a hunk of plastic in there.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
And it has a spare key inside there, and if you push it, the key will come up. So you can open the door if you have to. If the battery dies.
yeah, those ones are stupid. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
$500 for 2 of them.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
It would be probably closer to around 130 here.
You can buy shit like that here too.
Yeah, they got locksmiths over there. Locksmith going. The Town and Country here will probably be about 120 for a key. But yeah, the dealership, they're gonna tear your head off. They call it the dealership for a reason.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got here.
Bro,
You said,
what's your name?
my name's Tay.
Tay? Joey.
Nice to meet you.
man.
Nice to meet you,
What's up,
Joey.
man? I think I know you from somewhere. You look familiar, man.
I probably seen you around. I'm all over the place.
I used to work at Napa down in Minnesota for like
What you
5
saying
years.
good?
Oh yeah, yeah. I probably seen you out there then.
Have a good one, T.
Yeah, no doubt. Appreciate you.
Good luck, man.
Yeah, we'll need it out here, right?
Well, this was like for like a construction van.
Yeah,
I bet you that one probably took care of like plumbers and shit drive vans like that.
yeah,
And if it's people that are working and using it for that probably works good.
100%. 100%. They still got all their decals on there and everything. Shout out to the people, man. They love to engage with me, and you know I love the people. Like that's why I live stream this, just to give y'all a perspective of a first person view of what's going on at these auctions. I know a lot of people get curious on the auction process, and it a lot of times is scary to the people to take a leap of faith and come to the auction and make a purchase. And I've been doing it for a long time, and I've been quite successful at it. But you got to be picky, and you got to, you know, make the right decisions. There will be a lot of people that lose today because of their lack of knowledge, but it will not be us, team. Absolutely not. I will not let it happen for y'all, for us as a collective. Let's see what else we got. So yeah, but so far we haven't seen anything that we want to buy yet. There's nothing promising. I mean, everything has a price, but like our thing is like we want to find something that makes sense, and none of this really makes sense. Even at an extremely low price of even a couple $100s for some of these cars, I wouldn't buy. And some of them will go for a couple $100s. Many of these vehicles will go for under $500, honestly. I mean, if anybody's a rational thinker when they're bidding, we'll have to wait and see. Sometimes people get emotional when they're making car purchases, and you shouldn't get emotional with a machine. You see what AI, you see how AI is coming along. We start giving machines emotions, and then we start competing. Like, I used to have one of those when I was a kid. Y'all remember those? These been around forever. This one's locked. This actually probably looks like the best vehicle right here, and you get some toys along with it. Anybody got young kids, I will give these toys away. If I buy this car, I'm gonna give these toys away. You can have them. You got his plushie right here, and you can have the cat piano and whatever that is down there. It looks fun. What do we got? Buick LeSabre. A lot of times too, like, I'm not even around vehicles like this, so when I get a chance to see some of these older vehicles like a Buick LeSabre, I remember I used to drive these all the time. Like when I first started getting vehicles, I got a lot of Buick LeSabres, Pontiac Grand Am, Grand Prix, Monte Carlos. I love the SS. We used to get a lot of SS's at that time. And what else did we get? Yeah, we were heavy on the Pontiacs, the Buicks. What else? A lot of those vehicles that were really popular. You remember the Dodge Intrepid? Who remembers the Dodge Intrepid? The Dodge Intrepid was crazy. Like, I used to be in love with those vehicles. The Dodge Neon, they always had the bad transmission, but they really like pushed it as really, like, I don't know what you want to call it. You could say gas friendly. Were those some of the early adopters of like a gas friendly vehicle, the Dodge Neons? I feel like they got really good gas mileage, but they were very unreliable. Like basically built out of duct tape and glue. But they had like, I think it was the name too, just the name Neon kind of was appealing and stuff. Names be mattering and stuff. You remember the one from Breaking Bad? I got one of those before. The Walter White joint. So the Aztec, Pontiac Aztec. By the way, Pontiac is no longer with us. They ceased to exist after. When did Pontiac go out of business or stop making vehicles? Dang, it might have been like 2008, somewhere around there. But the Bonnevilles were cold, especially when you got the supercharged Bonneville. Like, we used to get those a lot, and they have the gauge on there and all that, and you kick it up, you hit that gas, and that boost gauge will engage, you'll take off. Those are really fun. It looks like they're starting. Yeah, we're at 10:59 right now, Central Time. 10:59 Central Time. So the auction is starting. We already looked at that first row of vehicles. So over there is where it's starting, and then it goes like this. So we're just going in order. Already looked at all these vehicles. We've looked at some more extensively than others. We haven't found anything that we are absolutely in love with. I do like the one with the kids' toys in it though. At a certain number, I would buy that vehicle. I would take a shot on it. I'm gonna look back at it one more time before I make a final decision. We got plenty of time till it gets there. And as you can see from here, I don't know if it shows up, but the lights are actually on that vehicle. So we understand that the battery works and we have power, and it's actually quite clean. And you got to look at some of the context clues with these vehicles, because we don't get a chance to turn the key on these vehicles and start them. Oh, and also, do y'all want to go get the jump box and try that Buick over there? You know what? We're going to do that. All right, we got time, team. Let's do it real quick. We're going to do something we're not supposed to do right now. All right? So y'all got to keep this quiet, team. Y'all have got to keep this quiet. Don't say anything to anybody about what we're about to do, okay? Because I'm taking y'all on this journey to go see if this Buick starts when we put our jump pack on there. And we're gonna actually get the rare opportunity to see if a vehicle runs, because the ignition key is stuck in the Buick. And like explained earlier when we first encountered it, is that the Buicks, when the key's in the ignition and it's in the on position or run position, I guess, either one works, then it actually keeps the ignition locked in there. So you can't get the key out without power to the vehicle. So that key is stuck in there. So what we can do is go put our jump box on there and then see if it starts. So we're doing something that no one else in the auction is doing right now. And we're about to look right now. So I am grabbing my jump pack out of the box. You always got to have all of your stuff. So I got like tire inflators, I got OBD scanners, I got jump packs and all that type of stuff. Let me make sure I got the right setup for it real quick, so we don't go over there and we're missing things we need. Right, let me check this real quick. I'm doing this off camera, team. So I'm just trying this out. Oh yeah, we're good. We got everything we need right now, team. We're about to go do this. Y'all are getting an exclusive no one else is getting. So check this out, team. Hold on real quick. Let me conceal this real quick. Tuck that. All right, we're on our way back right now. So what we're about to do, and you'll see as we traverse back to that, I think it was a Buick Enclave. Pretty sure it was, no, it might not have been an Enclave. What's the other Buick? The bigger one next to the Enclave. Oh, you might need my thing. Show them that. Yeah, when you come in, they gotta see your this guy right here. He's monitoring everybody that comes in. Make sure you got a bidder number. All right, so we're going to this Buick, and we're gonna hook the jump pack up. Hopefully, there's not a lot of people around, because we don't want everybody else seeing what we're doing. But you know, there might be a few people that see what's going on. But it is what it is. But we're gonna try it out real quick, team. We're gonna see if we get the results. I'm gonna show you what's going on real quick. So we got this jump pack right here, okay? You can see it right here, engine start, right? So with this, it can jump start basically a semi truck, all right? So, hold on 1 second, I got stuff falling out of my pocket. Got too much going on over here, team, all right? And we ain't got nobody around. Now we do got this guy right here that's kind of driving around, so we're gonna let him get out the way. He's just driving around making sure there's nothing nefarious going on. And what we're doing isn't necessarily, yeah, this is the Enclave, this is CXL. Okay, so, and then like honestly too, like, yeah, see, we got patrols right here, so we gotta be careful real quick. We're gonna let the patrols get by him in his truck right here. So what we'll do is we'll hook this up now while we're waiting. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this in here, all right? And we'll get this primed up, ready to go. We got 82% on the battery, so we're good. Now, assuming that the battery isn't completely dead, we're gonna be straight. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come in here and I'm gonna show y'all what I'm talking about. So with these cars right here, when the battery dies, you can't get the key out of the ignition because the auction people would have took the key out, but they can't do it, right? Because it's stuck in place. You can't get it to the off position. So we'll be able to put power on this car. We're gonna do that now, assuming we can get the hood open. All right, the hood did open. So y'all getting an exclusive right here. No one else is getting. And we ain't even got nobody around right now, so this is perfect. Let's see if we can hurry up and make this happen. If I can get the hood open, let's see. Okay, we got the hood open. Is there a battery in here though? That's what we got to figure out. I don't know if the battery's in here at all. So we will need that. And then the hood, is this got shock support? Where's the hood support at? All right, hold on, team. Oh, it looked like the whole engine is taking off on this, so I don't even think it's gonna matter. We didn't look under the hood yet, but we'll still try to hook it up and we'll just see what happens. All right, so what we're gonna do is right here, when you don't see a battery in a vehicle, it could be under the seat, it could be in the trunk, it could be in different locations. Sometimes it'll even be under the wheel well in the battery, or the wheel well, the battery could be there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hook this up here and then we just gotta find ground. So when you don't see your battery, this is how you jump start it, just so you know. So here's a ground right here, okay? So we're gonna hook this ground up right here. And you see that right there? It blinked, so we're good. We're gonna drop this so it doesn't disconnect anything. And the car is gonna have power now. So what we can do is go in here and see if we can start it. Look at this, team. All right, so you see we got power, right? Let's see if it's gonna start. I think it's gonna explode. But we got power. Let me see how many miles is on it. So this car is gonna be completely shot. So whoever buys this vehicle is gonna get screwed unless they're just using it for parts or something like that. But we get nothing out of this, team. We're running the key, but as you can see now, I can take the key out, right? Because there's power to the vehicle. I'm gonna leave it in here because whoever buys this car would probably like to have the key, but we're not gonna get this car to start. And it actually looks like it's stuck in neutral, although it's in park. So you might even have a transmission problem in this car as well. You can hear that. We got all kind of issues with the electronics. It's trying to start. It's also because there's probably the battery's completely dead. But yeah, as you can see, we got that. So I'm gonna leave the key in here. I'm gonna put it in the on position so nobody else takes it, because we're not here to change the natural selection of things. And we're gonna leave it just like that. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab our jump pack and then we're gonna scurry back over to the other side and we're gonna resume what we were doing to begin with. Give me 1 second so I can get this open, team. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna let y'all look at the sky real quick, all right? All right, how was it, y'all? It's dark, it's cloudy, there's no sun out. Looks like it's gonna rain. But that was fun, right, team? So, you know, just a little bit of knowledge that goes on with the Buicks and stuff, and you know why the key gets stuck in the ignition. And you know, a lot of people don't really know that. We didn't even look at this one. They got the whole red wrap. I mean, what is this? What are we going back into 1992? They got the blood rag draped around the actual shifter, and like, what's going on here? It looked like there was a lot of nefarious things that happened within this vehicle during its lifespan. A lot of drugs, a lot of illegal guns, probably some drive-bys, different things like that. Taking advantage of the low profile of the vehicle. Broken windshield, all kind of different issues going on. Held together by duct tape and rope, like crazy thing. Damn, the Aurora. We used to get these too. These Auroras used to have, they used to have the bigger engines in them too. Let me see if this one, or is this the Aurora? This is an Aurora, ain't it? Oh yeah, Oldsmobile. Forgot all about Oldsmobile. Damn, dude, we got a phone in here? That's crazy, y'all. What y'all think about this? Yo, whoever had this was a baller. You think this was a drug dealer's car? I'm gonna need 60 kilos from the Medellin right now. He was in here like Frank Lucas before he got caught. Send me 2,000 keys. I remember what the dude said in American Gangster. He said to Frank Lucas, he was like, quitting ain't the same as losing. His own connect tried to warn him. He was trying to spend like 10 million with him to get like 2,000 keys. His own connect was like, look, we had a good run. They're on to you, bruh. Do not make this last run. He like, this is my last run. He couldn't give it up. Ultimately, he ended up getting caught and he got imprisoned and then snitched on a whole bunch of people. Mostly cops, I believe, but ultimately he was taken down from his multi-million drug enterprise. And yeah, it was a story. American Gangster is one of my favorite movies too. All right, let's see what else we got. What do we miss? Y'all want to look at this Econoline van? Oh no, this is the Econoline van. We didn't see this one right here. Let's check out this Toyota. This ain't a RAV, is it? What's a RAV4? No, is this a RAV? It is a RAV4. All right, we skipped right past this. These usually hold their value, but you know, it's like, I don't like dealing with terrible interior, and if you just look at this, like, it's just like, nah, there's just no way. I want nothing to do with it. This auction right here is not the highest of quality auctions that we'll see. We had the Minneapolis auction last week. We had some pretty good vehicles in there, although we didn't buy any. We can't even get into this one because the little button's gone. Let's check the other side real quick. We can look in here. These are the vehicles that people actually be living in a lot of times. We're actually just going through this side door right here, and they had pets. You can see pet fur and dandruff. I don't really want to get all the way in here. I'm not trying to get a whole bunch of pet fur attached to me. Surprisingly, it doesn't smell bad in here. Like, you see all this pet fur. You see this is where somebody probably slept a lot of nights. Do we got the TV in there? We got the TV in here. Let's hook up the PS. Wait. We can't hook up a PS5 to that. All right, we're gonna hook up the original Nintendo NES to this. We're gonna hook up the SNES. Let's get a Sega Genesis. Let's get back here. Let's play some games together. We're gonna have the cords running. We'll put the Sega Genesis up here in this little cubby right here. And then what else we got? We're gonna hook up our AV cables or our composite cables, and we're gonna rock out like that. We're gonna be in the Gladiator. And we're gonna play games. We're gonna travel the world together. Who wants to travel the world with me? Let's do it. Let's travel the world and make some content. So the auction is going on. You can see over there. Y'all want to step in real quick? Let's step in real quick and see what's going on with the auction. We just got these vehicles we're gonna look at, and then we'll look at some of the auction stuff going on. We'll see what these cars are going for. Let's see what they're bidding on right now and how much they're going for. Let's get an idea of how people are spending their tax money right now. The tax money is out here. If you got 2, 3, 4, 5 kids, you getting a lot of money, and you better spend it at the auction buying junk cars, because we told you to. What are we on?
Sold at $5,000. 262 does the buy.
Oh.
Lady, I got one for 1,000.
Number 14 is coming up next, guys. You're going to get 2005 Buick Rendezvous on 2005 Buick, 275.3.
I got one that's something to say. I said it to you for 1,000.
375 now, 325. 325 now, 350, 325, 355 now, 400. 400 with the phone now, 425 with the phone, 425 with the phone, 425. Now 450. 450 with the 425 with the 450 with the 425 with the 450 with the 425 with the 450 with the 450 now, 475.
Hey, that's kind of messed up, team. Hold on, let me get away from his noise real quick. I'm gonna tell y'all the conversation that just happened. So this lady just bought a 2019 Ford Escape that has a bad engine, and she probably didn't know had a bad engine. But when we first, if you look back to the beginning of the video when I first started, there's a lady that has a list of everything, and on it said that 2019 Ford Escape had a bad engine. She paid $5,000 for this Ford Escape right here, and it looks technically okay for the most part. We'll get one more look at it real quick. But the dude over there just basically tried to make her have buyer's remorse or regret by telling her he has the same exact vehicle that he would sell her for $1,000. And she said, why didn't you tell me that before? I think it's a scummy move by him just to make her feel bad. There's a lot of anxiety that goes along with buying these types of vehicles, and a lot of people are just really uninformed. And like I said earlier, there's going to be a lot of losers at this auction, and it will not be us, but we will learn from their mistakes. And as you can see, we got a black power fist in here, and oftentimes when you see certain things within a vehicle, it'll tell you how it was treated. And I would definitely stay away from somebody that is constantly eating Starburst. And if you don't want to take care of your body, you probably won't take care of your vehicle. There's also a cigarette burn right here. Let me get out of this lady's vehicle though. She actually owns it now. I shouldn't even be in there. But yeah, that's kind of crazy, team. All right, we're moving on. Y'all want to see what else is going on? We got a car going for about 400 right now.
Now 500.
We're gonna get right in the thick of things, team. I'm gonna let y'all just rock out for a minute. They're bidding on the pregnancy test special. They had to get 2 pregnancy tests. They said, hold on, we ain't trusting first response. We're gonna go ahead and get Clear Blue. It says it's got a 99% effective rating. And it's got a push to start too. Maybe they had to get rid of the car because they had to, prioritize taking care of the baby. Oh, that wasn't even it. That was on the van. We're on the Camry now. Should we buy this one, team?
Now 7, now 7.5, 8, now 8.5, now 11, now 12, now 1,200, now 13, now 13, now 14, now 13.
All right, we're on the Camry now. That last car was for the van. We're at 18 on it. Comes with a used pregnancy test.
19, 1900, 19, 19, now $2,000, $2,000 for any bid now, $2,000, $2,000.
We're at 2,000. That's a good price. If this car runs out here, that's a good price.
$2,000. Sold it to you, $1,900. $1,900. I need your bid number though. Number 104, 1900. Number 104.
That might not be a bad pick. That might not be a bad pickup, team. We didn't get a good look at this, but I would say
car number 18 is a 2014.
I would say yeah, I'd say that looks good. I think you got a good buy right there, team. That might be one of the best. Assuming that car starts up and runs out, I would say that's the buy of the auction right now, with the key with it. All right, let's see what else we got. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna look at these other vehicles real quick and see what else we got going on. We're gonna check out these other vehicles over here and see what we got going on. Where did we stop at? I don't remember where we stopped at. I think we were like right. I think we're somewhere in this area. We'll just go from here. We got a Subaru. We got a Subaru right here. It's got the heated seats in it and all that type of stuff. The Subaru buyer is a very unique buyer. Most of the time when you see somebody in a Subaru, exactly, this is exactly what I'm talking about. They wear shoes like this. The Subaru buyers wear shoes like this. Y'all can get mad at me all you want. I can identify somebody that drives a Subaru just off a look. Call it stereotyping all you want. I don't have to see you in the car to know what you drive for the majority of people. Look, line up 10 people, 10 random people in front of me that own vehicles, and I guarantee I will get maybe even the make right. No, the model. Maybe even get the model right, but I will absolutely get the make right. Like, I'll be like, yeah, they're in a Honda. Him right here, nah, he definitely in a Dodge. That's a Chevy guy right there. Oh, that's a Subaru person right there. This person, nah, nothing less than a Lexus. Oh, Mercedes all the way. Loyal customer, 100% Mercedes. Yeah, that's an Infiniti guy. That person right there, Oldsmobile, they're never giving it up. They don't even make them anymore, and he's still driving them. We got a lot of stick shifts in here. We got a lot of stick shifts. This one right here is a Honda Civic. What we do sometimes, we look at the receipt that's in the vehicle to have a better understanding of when it was last driven. So we'll look right here and see that this, they went ahead and went to McDonald's over on, where we at? On Jefferson. I'm assuming St. Paul. They got a steak, egg, cheese bagel for $9.60. That's how much y'all paying for a steak, egg, cheese bagel? It's $9.69. I haven't ate a McDonald's in 15 years, probably, something like that. Probably, no, it has to be longer than that. I would say like over 25 years. Like when I was in my teens, I stopped eating at McDonald's, which is uncommon. But damn, a steak, egg, cheese bagel is costing you $9.69. How are you paying for something that's not even food? Like you're buying, like you're paying a premium for a non-food item. But I do gotta say, this car is very clean. Besides that, we might be interested in this one, team. We're gonna see if this one slides. I actually like this. This might be the first one that we're actually looking at with heavy consideration. Let me look real quick and see what we got going on. Let's check the oil real quick on this. We ain't even had to check the oil on most of these cars. And it is quite dry. Yeah, we don't really got nothing on the oil stick. That is a bad sign. Let's see if we can get a better look at what's going on inside there. It looks pretty bone dry, actually. That's not gonna be good. Let's get one more look. Yeah, so we look at this oil dipstick right here. Let's see if I can focus in a little better for y'all. Yeah, that's tough. And I don't see any obvious leaks. So that's a little bit concerning as well. Let's check the transmission dipstick. Where is it at on these vehicles? I believe it's the transmission. Well, that's the transmission right there. It's somewhere in here, ain't it? Shouldn't be that difficult to find unless someone pulled the dipstick out of there. Help me out. Where's the transmission dipstick on these? I don't see it, obviously, so. What's the battery? The battery's actually fairly new, too. We got a battery that was at the end of August 2023. I've had more than one Civic before, and they sell really well. They hold their values. They're pretty fun cars to drive for the most part. I've mostly moved away from driving these smaller vehicles, just on a personal note, but you know, I drive it here and there just for fun. It's a great starter vehicle if you got like a kid that has recently just got, I can't even get this open. Let me try with my other hand. Yeah, because no oil in there is just kind of like, yeah, I'm not going to fight that thing. Oh, we can look here, though, and see the reservoir for the actual coolant right here. So if you look right here, you can actually see the reservoir, and you can see that we do got coolant in here that looks somewhat okay. But that hurt my wrist trying to get that open. I did break my wrist like about 10 months ago. Not my wrist. It was called the scaphoid bone. I broke that, and it was a long recovery for it. It was like one of the tiniest bones in your wrist. It took me like 5 months to recover from that, and it was really nothing I could do but wait. So they put a screw through it and all that stuff to stabilize it. Shout out to Summit Orthopedics for taking care of me. They did a really good job getting me back to where I need to be. So very appreciative of the modern medicine that we have nowadays. This car actually looks great, other than the fact that there's no oil in there. If I seen oil on that dipstick, this is an absolute buy for me, just based off of the value that I see within it. Obviously, we got to get it at a good number. I didn't see all this rust up here though, but I mean, that's to be expected. We're not gonna too much worry about that. It doesn't look like it would leak through. Would it? It might, yeah. No, it would leak through. Let's see. Yeah, you would get leakage through right here, which is just kind of an annoying thing. You probably want to fix that. You get water that's going to come in. Although it doesn't look like it's affected much inside the vehicle, because we're not necessarily seeing any water issues within this area. So let me look at this one more time before we leave. I just want to, and the tires are good on it. One thing you always want to look at with these auction vehicles is tires. You know somebody that takes care of their vehicle because they have good tires. If you got somebody looking like they got racing tires on their vehicle and they're bald and have no tread, not only are they a danger to themselves, but they're also a danger to society and the roads, and it should be illegal. I think that they need to implement something where if you're driving around on awful tires, you can get a ticket for it, or at least a warning to begin with, because you see it far too often. And there's a certain type of person that doesn't understand how important tires are. They're actually the only thing that contacts the road. So any other thing that happens to your vehicle will probably only affect you. Like if you don't want to change your oil or something, like, I mean, your engine will just explode or give out at some point sooner than later, but it won't necessarily affect other people. However, you see people with bad tires and you get a blowout on the highway. I was looking at a video. It's not even funny, but nobody got hurt even though it was on the highway. The driver, although his car flipped about 3 times, ended up with no injuries at all. Amazing enough. But the person basically had bad tires. Like, there's thread under your tires, so it's kind of like a metal wiring that's under your tires, or inside of them, I guess. And the person that was driving the vehicle actually had, we got an Acura right here. They actually had the thread showing on their tire, on their front tire, and they failed to get it fixed. So the tire exploded on the highway at highway speeds. Ultimately, the person that the tire blew out was not affected at all. They kind of just pulled over to the side of the road. However, the rubber off the tire got in the way of an unsuspecting driver that did nothing wrong. And dang, this is disgusting. Look at all these packs of cigarettes in here. And what is all these, what, team, we got to figure out like what's going on with people as far as how they be having like strange things in their car. Like just all these random cups, right? Like what is going on? Like, wouldn't you want to hear the story? Cigarettes and cups. Let's see what we got here. All right, I kind of got his information all on Al Gore's internet. It only got 131,000 miles on it though. Besides that, looks like he fixed a tire. And when was this from? I'm trying to find the date. Oh, this is 2 years ago. So, I mean, you add on normal mileage, 24,000 miles, give or take. So this probably has roughly 150 to 160 miles on it. I don't know what this is. We got a CD with the CD in the case in great condition. Warner Records, Pound Cake Judgment Day, Van Halen. Who knows who Van Halen is? Somebody spit a Van Halen song. Yeah. But anyways, back to the story. So the person, ultimately, when the tire came off, the unsuspecting driver rolled over the tire at, I guess it was probably roughly around 60. So when they caught it, their whole car flipped over. Like they launched into the air because of it, and their car rolled over multiple times. Luckily landed back upright, but ultimately their car was destroyed because of it. And we actually got the mileage on this one. It's got 140,000 miles on it. It's got 140K on it. And got some dead roses in here. I wonder if that's reminiscent of someone's relationship right now that once owned this vehicle. And yeah, we're not considering that. There's too much bad energy in that vehicle. Sometimes you just don't even look at the obvious signs. Like, you look at a car and just say like, well, this car is missing its whole engine. That's not the reason I'm not buying it. It just don't got good energy. It could be perfect. Everything could be perfect, and I could just get a feeling about it. You know, I'm gonna stay away from this one. Something's not right with this one. Are we gonna look at these last couple cars, and then we're gonna go back and just probably follow some of the auction and what people are bidding on, and we'll look at some things, and then we'll probably get out of here a little bit early, team. I don't think we're gonna buy anything. I do think that Camry was actually a pretty good deal. We probably should have took a better look at it earlier on. And that's what I say about the auction. There's always going to be a deal. If that car runs and drives out of here in the condition that it is, and just assuming that the miles are reasonable and it's not like 311,000 on it or something like that, that was absolutely a great deal. I would say if he has anything under 190,000 miles and it runs out without any major issues, he definitely got the steal at an auction, and I don't even think it'll be rivaled at this point. So, you know, that's my take on it. But lastly, on the story with the tire, yeah, so the person basically just put themselves in a position where they put everybody in danger because they didn't want to replace their tires on their vehicle. So there should absolutely be, because they'll get mad at somebody for something dumb like a headlight out, which I guess could be dangerous in its own right, but also it's like, it's a headlight, you know what I mean? Like, or I mean, all those things are important, I guess, because if you don't have your brake light on, you can't necessarily tell when someone's braking and all that. I get it. But I would say that tires are probably the most important thing, and it affects. Got backwoods in here. What y'all smoke your weed out of? Are they still smoking Swishers? Is this still Swisher Sweets? When people were smoking like they had cigarellos, they had Vega Garcia cigarellos. They had Vega Garcia cigarellos back in the day. Like that's what people were breaking. You would buy it. You would buy the, instead of just buying the wrap, you would actually buy the cigar fully assembled for whatever reason, and then you would split it and then take the tobacco out, and then subsequently fill it with garbage weed that has sticks and seeds all throughout that you couldn't even get them. You couldn't even get all the sticks and seeds out because it was just like infused in the weed in an unreasonable way. And then, you know, afterwards you would, those cars are garbage, we ain't gonna look at those. And then shout out to Ben over there with Quality Locks. If I'm ever out here and I do buy a vehicle, I always get my keys from Ben, Quality Locks. So shameless plug for him. Definitely use him if you ever need a key and you're in the Minneapolis, St. Paul, or maybe even greater Minnesota area. He'll take care of you. Tell him .sale sent you. Or you can give him my Govey. You can give him Tay. Well, yeah, that's not my actual Govey. That's my nickname, but you can give him Tay as well. And then he'll be identify that I sent you. And he will probably give you a slight discount. At least. What else we got? Yeah, I don't know, team. I'm not really seeing much here as far as what we would buy. So I think what we'll do is we'll just go and we'll see what everybody else is doing. We'll see what everybody else is doing. We'll see what cars are going for. I think, yeah, we're wrapping around down there. We'll just get a look at, I want to give y'all a look at what cars go for at the auction. We were considering the Civic. It just has no oil in it. It's not 100% gonna be an issue because I've actually bought vehicles unknowingly sometimes that didn't have a lot of oil in them. However, it's something that we got to look at and consider, and I don't even see the mileage on this one either. Do we got power? We do got power though. It does got power, team. I wonder if we can see the mileage on it. Does the mileage meter pop up on these? This is, see, I would buy this, but it would have to go super cheap with no oil, right? And the other people here are not going to allow that to happen because they don't think about it in a logical way. So they're probably going to overbid on this vehicle. And if that is the case, then it's going to go for far more than necessary. However, let's do a hypothetical. Oh, and I appreciate that you're watching. Just got a message from somebody special. They're watching. I appreciate it. So let's do a hypothetical though, and we're doing it on this Honda right here. Okay, we're doing this on this Honda. Now let's say that there's no oil in it. We can go two hypotheticals. Let's say it runs perfectly fine. There's no oil in it, but all you really need to do is just add oil. For whatever reason, there's none in there, which usually is an indication of something wrong, but not always. I have bought vehicles where the oil was very low and it just needed to be refilled and it was perfectly fine. Probably not always the case, but let's say that in this situation, the car runs perfectly fine. Then I'm saying this car is probably going to go between the $1,300 to $2,500 range. It's hard to tell. I would probably say about $1,700 for it. That's a good deal. However, if they bought it for $1,700 and the engine's bad, they'll be lucky to break even. And it's easy to drop and replace an engine in a Honda Civic. It's not difficult at all. And the engine isn't very expensive. I would probably give an estimate on the cost somewhere in the neighborhood of $1,500 for everything. That's parts and labor, and maybe even less than that depending on where you get your labor done. I'm guesstimating. Can somebody give me the price on a Honda Civic? I think that's probably got a 3.1 in it. It might have a 2.7. I'm forgetting the Honda Civic engines. They got two of them. They got like the premium one, and then they got the whatever, the lower one. I think that's probably closer to the premium one. But I would just like 2005 Honda Civic engine would be good enough to give a estimate. I'm figuring a used one will probably be somewhere in the neighborhood of like $300 to $700, depending on the mileage. So yeah, I don't know. It is what it is, but I don't want to put an engine in a vehicle knowingly at this point. All right, so we're gonna go look at these vehicles. We're gonna see what stuff is going for, and I'll give you all a chance to just see the auction and just kind of appreciate it for what it is from a first-person view. And then we'll probably just go through some of these. Maybe we'll go through like 10, 15 vehicles, and then we'll probably get out of here. I got some other stuff that I can do at this point. We got a lot of other auctions coming up, so you'll get a lot more live content from the auction side of things. And then, of course, I'll continue my normal stuff that I do that not necessarily pre-recorded. Everything I do is actually live. Even if when it comes out as a pre-recorded video, it's all live. I first take everything. I don't need to do a lot of edits. I like doing it that way. I like the realism of it all. I don't really like all the jump cuts. It's really not necessary for me very often. And I think it helps fine tune you. A lot of people that you see do these pre-recorded videos, they can't hold down a live show at all. All right, this is the Honda CR-V right here, and we're at 1,700. Let's see what we got. We're on this Honda CR-V right here.
28, yes or no, gotta go 28. Are you bidding 2,800? 2,800. Sold it $2,700, number 233. 2,700, number 233.
Yeah, we looked at this one earlier. If you go back to the beginning of the stream, anybody that missed it, we looked at this one earlier, and like honestly, nah, 2,700 is an L. 2,700 is an L for this. IMO. Yeah, look at it live right now. We got Lee and Chen in there. We had a little fun with this car actually. But if you want to go and catch the joke, you have to go back. But yeah, it's got the 2.4 IV Tech. I think the oil on it was bad and stuff, so there's that. But he owns it now, so we're gonna allow him to go through his process. We're on a Sonic, a Chevy Sonic right now.
6.5 now, 7, number 7, number 6.5, number 7, number 650 goes 700. 7, number 7, number 6.5, number 7, number 650 goes 700. You want on that 7? Now 7.5, 7.5, 800, 800 with 7.5, number 8, number 8, number 7, 8, now 8.5, 810, 850, number 8, number 8, 50, number 8, go 8.5, number 8, go 850. Sold at $800 right there, number 219. 800, number 219.
And all the people that be like, I can't afford a car, I gotta go to the dealership. Y'all be putting $1,500 down on a vehicle
number 45, you got
that barely runs from a shady dealership You be buying from a car dealer. The car dealer, he be smoking Newport cigarettes, popping bubble gum, wearing cheap suits, fast talking you, getting you to buy warranty packages that don't even cover the car, and then y'all be running out with payments basically as high as you could buy a whole vehicle right here from the auction. Tap in with .sell if you're getting ready to buy a car. Hit me up. You'll be able to find my email address. Contact me. Get some advice. I'll give you a coaching on how you should go approaching buying a vehicle under any circumstance, even from a dealership. Although I would go against you doing that, I can still give you information on how to do it correctly. I have a lot of experience in this, and I hate seeing people get ripped off. I am for the people, all right? 100%. I see too many people live with regret from their car purchase. I mean, close to me and far from me. I see it all the time, and it's just like, I'm not gonna get into it here. Maybe I'll do a master class at some point, and we'll break everything down. But they might try to snipe me though. If I give out that information, the dealerships, the scammers that are selling vehicles, that are getting over on people that don't have the information, they might try to take me out. They might try to take me out for giving the information to y'all. So there's that part of it. But I'm not afraid. I believe in doing the right thing, no matter what the pushback or consequences are. Are they selling this? Out of service.
Number 48, you got a 06 Nissan Altima that Kristen standing by. 275.3. 375. Go to 275 to 588.
I think they're on this. It don't look like, usually when they got the tape around it, they don't sell these ones. So I think we're on this
Number 50
rig right here.
When I get to Sean, I'm ready to Bob. Yep. You on this
Number
one?
50, you got a 2014 Freightliner box truck right there. You guys tell me what we're thinking here. Let's go.
We got the Freightliner box truck.
$1,000.
Starts at 1,000. Comes with a fire extinguisher. We're gonna get this Freightliner right here. It's slowing down at 3,000. Y'all buying this for 3,000 and starting up your business? They got the back up. Let's see what we got in here. It's in fairly good condition, actually. 3,500 right now. You can get your business started. 37.5 right now. You can get this joint, and you can be up and running on the road, delivering. So that 3,500. You're gonna get this for 3,500. You got a whole business right here. Now, I did say it was out of service, so there's gonna be some repairs needed, but more than likely just within the engine. So it looks actually in pretty good condition for the most part. Possibly would need a couple of tires. Yeah.
51.
Yeah.
Is next. You got a 2006 G.
And we got another one right here.
Good box truck right there. What I'm thinking here, $1,000.
We got another one right here. And this one right here is already painted. It's got graffiti all over the side. So you don't even gotta paint it. We're gonna actually come up on this. Oh, it's got even more graphics on the other side. It's pretty fun. Shakopee, Black Sea Transportation LLC, Shakopee, Minnesota. They had dreams. They had dreams at one point in their life. All right, we are on this Range Rover right here. We're gonna see how much this one goes for. You said what? Pop the hood? Yeah, I got you. Let's pop.
06 Land Rover, Range Rover right there.
This one, you see that chalk on the tire right there.
325, 359, 75, 4 now, 25, 5 now, 550 now, 600 now, half now, 7 now, 7 now, 7 and a half. Now 800, but 8 now, 8 and a half. 8 and a half, 8 and a half, 8 go 8.
He looked like he made an impulse buy.
Total 800, number 546. 800, number 546.
Oh, bro bought it. So this one went for, what do you say, 800? You can get this Range Rover for $800 right now. Right now. You want to drive a Range Rover, all you need is an $800 bill. That's it. It's right here. You could be driving this for $800 right now. That's what it went for. 800. Y'all hear the words that I'm saying? 800 single dollar bills. You done spent that on fast food in the last 8 months. Y'all be look, not y'all. Not all y'all. Dining? It could be fine dining. You throw fine dining in there, you pass the $800 mark well within 6 months. You want to go out, Ruth Chris, maybe it's your birthday, you pull up Benihana. They pouring that liquid in your mouth. What's the liquid they pour? I've never been to Benihana. I just seen it. Is it alcohol that they pour in your mouth and all that? Y'all help me out with that. And but yeah, $200 food bill. You could have that whole Range Rover. Range Rover. You could have that whole Range Rover for $800. 1/4 of your food bill for one day. You could be riding. You could get out of your, let me see, what's a car? A 2001 Chevy Impala and get into a 2006 Range Rover. I'm kidding, team. I'm kidding. I'm having fun. All right, let's see what else we got. What they paying $700 for? That must have been for that I think that was that's not an Odyssey.
Number 57, you got a 98 Crown Vic. 98 Crown Vic.
98 Crown Vic with the rag top and the sunroof. You can get this for how much? It's gonna go under like $900. It's got a whole bunch of junk in there. It's got a sunroof on it. Total 600, number 243. 600. You could have for under like $3,000 right now. Look, you could have a Freightliner truck. You could have a Freightliner truck right there, the one in the back. You had a Freightliner truck, you had a Range Rover, and then you can add a Crown Vic with the sunroof and the rag top, all for the price of what we got, $35,000, $800. Help me with the math, team. Was that 43? Yeah, under $5,000. You got your fun car right there. Right, that's your fun car.
Number 58, you got
the Crown Vic. Then the Range Rover, that's gonna be your, you pick up some chicks in that, or if you're a chick, you pick up the dudes, and then, that could be your off-road vehicle. They're a little more durable. And then you got your business truck to pay for everything else, to pay for your lifestyle. You're in there. You know what? And we're gonna throw, just in case you got a whole bunch of kids, we're gonna throw in this TNC too. We're gonna buy this Town and Country with all the transmission fluid in there. We're gonna buy this for $650. It went for $650. No door handle on. We could fix that. All you gotta do is just have somebody have the driver open up the door for you. It's easy. $650. Just over $5,000. You got everything you need. You got the soccer van, you got the Crown Vic, you got the Range Rover, you got the Freightliner truck. You're in there. Got a Hyundai Tucson right here. Got a Hyundai Tucson. All banged up. Yeah, that's it. We got everything we need, team. We got the Freightliner truck, we got the Range Rover, we got the rag top, Crown Vic, and we got the soccer mom van. We're all the way in there. We're ready to go. Now, you know what I did want to look at though? Let's see how much this Malibu goes for. I actually was really considering that one car over there. I want to look at that one more time. This was actually the car I was waiting for because I was considering this if it goes for a steal of a price. Let's see. Oh yeah, it was this Malibu right here. It's an older one. I'm not opposed to buying anything, honestly. Like, I'm spoiled as far as myself and what I drive, but I don't mind having supplemental. Help me out with that word, team. But vehicles that, you know, I can kind of just have. Oh, I see what it is. So this one actually has the key with it, and then somebody locked it, probably because everything checked out on it. So what you'll see a lot of times is when you see a vehicle that's locked like this, somebody already looked under the hood, they seen everything was good, you know, transmission fluid, although this would be a sealed system. And you see her when she was looking under the vehicle, she was looking under to make sure that it has the catalytic converter. Remember, we went through that period where people still stealing, but I think it was like between like 2020 and 2022 or 23 where it was crazy. People were stealing catalytic converters at a high rate. Like, you were type going into the grocery store to go pick up some eggs and milk, and you was coming out and your whole catalytic converter was gone. And you seen somebody in a raggedy pickup truck speeding away with your shit hanging out the back of it. And you like, bruh. And you get in your car and it sounds like it's about to explode. You're like, bruh, like it's gonna cost me like $2,500 to fix this, and they're gonna give you like $300 at the junkyard. You created more damage than what you're actually gonna make off it. Like, I would have just gave you a $300 bill at that point. Like, if it's that serious, don't steal my catalytic converter. So they did put some laws in there to kind of combat that and help out with it as far as making sure that people don't steal it anymore. So I think you got to have like ID and have the original VIN number of the vehicle and show proof of ownership and all that stuff. Because before it was a free-for-all. Junk, people were buying it from crackheads and fiends that were stealing it, and they were giving them like $300-400 for it, and then they were making like $800-900 from it. From some of them had like platinum and stuff in there and gold. I think it's platinum and gold that's infused in the catalytic converters in the older vehicles or certain vehicles. So the cost of them was actually, like, the scrap price on them was really high. It's one of the reasons why when you junk a car, especially an older vehicle, they won't even buy it from you if the catalytic converter isn't attached. So you try to junk a car and they'll be like, we'll give you $250 for it. And you'll be like, for my whole car, $250? They're like, yeah, you got a 2002 Malibu, bro. Like, what do you expect? The engine's blowing out on it. You think we're going to try to repair it and fix it and put it back on the road? So, you know, people be like, all right, whatever, I'll take the $250. So you think you're good, you got everything ready. Junk guy comes up, he looks at you, you look at him, y'all stare each other down for a little bit, y'all make awkward eye contact. He grabs out his sheet, he starts looking over everything, he circles around your car, make sure the wheels are good, make sure he can tow it. He's just getting ready to write you a check. He's like, yeah, let me get your ID, write you a check. He's writing your check out, and he's like, hold on, 1 second. Let me check something real quick. He proceeds to lay on his back, and you're like, whoa, this ain't that type of transaction. He's like, quiet, 1 second. He looks under your vehicle and says, sir, your catalytic converter is missing. Huh? You don't even know what it is. What's a catalytic converter? The whole value of your vehicle. We'll give you nothing for it. Thank you. Have a nice day. And that's that. All right, let's see how much this Malibu goes for. He been buying stuff. He's saying when I got the Range Rover, he gonna buy the LeSabre too. This one I think has the key with it as well. So I think we'll go like 600 on this, maybe 900 at the most. I don't know. I'm not really enthused about this auction very much, but we'll see.
Number 71 is a 03 Chevy Malibu, 2003 Malibu, 275.
Oh, it
now
doesn't got the key.
300.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
375,
If I had the key, I'd go a little bit more.
350, now 375. Now
I still think it
400,
runs,
now
though.
425, 425, now 450, now 475, 475, 450 with card, 75, 500 now half.
I think this is a good deal, too.
Half now 600. 600, now half. 6 goes 6.5.
I think anything under 900 is a good deal for this. And usually I wouldn't say that, but I got a feeling.
700, number 6.5, 650 goes 700. I told him 650 bucks, number 209. 650 to 209.
So what do y'all think so far about what we've encountered? How long have we been streaming for? Dang, we're at an hour 20? How my battery doing? My battery's good. My battery's good. I could go for another hour and 20, although we're not. We're probably going to go through the rest of this row, and then we're going to wrap it up after that.
600. 6 now half. 6 is in. 6 and a half. 6 goes 650. 6 goes 6.5. Total 600 bucks. Your number is 130. 600. Number 130.
That one just went for 600, by the way. Hey, plenty of affordable cars out here though for the people. Absolutely plenty of them. If I didn't have a vehicle right now, or if I needed a vehicle, I'd be driving out of here 100% in one of these. At the price, no brainer. I'm not gonna be catching Ubers. You take let's go 15 Ubers, which is very reasonable. I've driven or ride share, and people be taking Ubers for the craziest reasons. Oftentimes because they don't have a vehicle. And they'll pay more in Ubers than they could actually buy a vehicle for. Now sometimes I get different stories and stuff like that where they got DUIs or they don't have a license or they got a fear of driving. There's all kind of other issues, but a lot of times they just will tell me yeah, I'm looking for a vehicle, and I'm they'll pick me up and they'll be they'll ask me about my vehicle, and they'll say they like it and stuff like that. Some conversation start that way, and they ask me about it, and then we'll get into a conversation about them actually I need a vehicle. And I don't always talk to them about auctions and stuff like that, because sometimes that's not the direction the conversation goes. But even if I did, oftentimes they wouldn't even take that advice, and they would just keep doing what they're doing. But synonymously, they're complaining about the price of Ubers and how much it is.
Now 25, 325,
So
375 now 400
this one, oh, down the camera.
425 go 450.
There's a lot of work trucks in here. Are these places going out of business? How does a work truck end up in a police auction? All these vehicles in here, they basically, well, we got it right there. Drinking on the job is not the best choice. We know why this one's in here. That's not going to be okay. Y'all like Jack Daniels? Jack Daniels is whiskey, right? Or is it bourbon?
Number 77, you got a good 2011 Chevy Express van right there. Start it off, 275, go 3, 25, 50, 70, 15, now 17 to be.
Yeah, we'll go. Let's go. I want to go 6 more vehicles. Let's go 6 more vehicles after this one, and then we'll wind down.
Now 17, 16, 17.
I've had fun at this one though, even though we didn't get a chance to buy anything. It's been fun. I think we probably had 2 good deals, in my opinion, at the price range. And I would say that it was the Toyota, and then more recently that Malibu, I would say are pretty good deals. Assuming that they run. If they don't run, then nah. Like if they need like an engine or a transmission job, or there's some weird electrical issue, or it needs brakes, rotors, and the master brake cylinder is leaking, and the transmission line is severed. You know, it's got all kind of other issues. Stability is off. Check engine light for a blown piston. Like, you know, then it's a little bit different. But needs a whole new radiator. Like all that type of stuff. You just keep on adding. The control arm is bent. You got to get brand new tires. Although the tires were good on those vehicles, so we can see that visually. The electrical issues be a lot of the issue too. Like, you don't want to deal with electrical issues because you don't even know where it starts or begins, and it's really hard to diagnose. And most places that deal with electrical issues on a vehicle charge you like crazy just to find a problem. Like, you're paying like north of $150 an hour just to have them find the problem. Just for the diagnostic, it might run you like $300. And then sometimes they don't even try it, or they actually come up with a whole bunch of scenarios that it could be. So you'll give them $300 for the diagnostic, and they'll say, well, it could be one of 5 things. Okay, cool. Let's do it. Well, just letting you know, it's a process of elimination, and we'll try the one that we think is the most common culprit. However, if that doesn't work, we'll have to go down the list. All right, that's fine. Don't worry about it. We're good. Well, the first thing that we think it is the PCM. Okay, cool. Just replace the PCM. Yeah, that's going to cost you $850. For the PCM? Yeah, well, you know, we got to buy it, and then the labor, and then you get to looking online. You're trying to go to junkyards and find a PCM cheap. Then you find the PCM cheap from the junkyard, and the PCM is like $60. You're like, I'll just get it for $60. I know your labor isn't like $800. And you're like, well, yeah, that's not the problem. We can only use a brand new one. You can't use a used one. Not at our shop. We have to guarantee our work. We have to use our own parts. You know, they upcharge you on the parts and all that. And it just becomes a whole situation. Next thing you know, you're $3,500 into a $2,000 car that you thought you were getting a good deal on, and now you're underwater.
Now 700, now 7, 6.5, 7, 7, now 700, 650, now 7, 650 bid, 700, 6.5, 700.
700 Santa Fe?
Go to 650 to number 650 to number 28. 28 does the buy-in. Come grab your card, bud. Number 81. 81 is
No, you pull bien acá, no me
What are they on? What's Subaru? Oh, that's Subaru right there. The Legacy. Those did not age well. Those Legacies look terrible. 400 for that though. 375 to be exact. A lot of these cars have been going for under 1,000. I think the average price has been somewhere around 600. Only being raised up by the lady that bought the Ford Escape and a couple other vehicles that went for more than they should have. This actually has nice tires for an Enclave. Usually these are not treated very well. I'm actually surprised at this Enclave. Yeah, usually these actually, it's got the DVD player in it. Yeah, got DVD right there. This might actually not be a bad buy right here, team. I don't like Buick Enclaves though. That's just a personal thing. But I think from a standpoint of if you want a nice car I didn't get to look at this very much, but if I had somebody with me that was looking for a car, I might push this one. It's got the lows. Damn, it already got sold. I didn't even see. Did y'all see how much that went for? I wasn't even paying attention. I'm halfway. I'm like halfway paying attention to all this right now. But when I do these auctions and stuff, I'm really on autopilot. Like, I've done them so much that I don't necessarily need to consciously think about everything that's going on. But I guess at times I'll just not even see that a car got sold right in front of me. So there's that. I did want to see, where's that? I did want to see what that Civic was about, but I'm not going to wait for that.
Hey, come get your car.
No.
Did we look at this Honda
Number
right here?
84, you got 09 Toyota Corolla Prior Salvage. 2009 Toyota Corolla Prior Salvage. Show me out here.
Got spark plugs on the ground. This is the weed seller starter kit right here. This comes in the weed seller starter kit. Anybody that tried to sell weed has had these bags. Possibly crack too. Possibly crack, but definitely weed. I ain't gonna lie, this electric scooter right here probably costs more than some of these cars. You probably got to pay more for this electric scooter than you do for that Malibu over there. $1,900 on what? Oh, I didn't even see this one. That's a way worse deal than whoever got that Corolla over there. It's not even close. Way worse deal.
Number 85, you got an 06 Nissan Altima. On the 06 Nissan Altima, 275, now 300, now 25, 325, 350, 325.
Yeah. All right, team. I think we're going to wrap it up here. We got probably roughly like another, let me see, what number of car are we on? Yeah, we're on 99. I think there's roughly 160 cars here. Because, yeah, when they get through these, this would be car 99. And then I'm assuming that's car 100 over there. And then, so it'll basically be like this whole middle area right here. And then that'll be it. And we're not going to buy any of these. So, like, it is what it is. The only car we were really looking at was this Honda Civic right here. And there's no oil in the engine. There's just no reason to deal with that. We can get way better deals. The one thing about the auction is you can't lose not buying something at the auction for the most part. So that's always the benefit. So what I'm going to do is get out of here and let y'all know that I appreciate y'all so much, team. And I'll be back. I go crazy when it's spring and summer. I go crazy at the auctions. So there's always going to be opportunities for us moving forward, and we will capitalize on those opportunities when we can. So till next time, Dot Cell, all the way out.